Hello, it's me, the ukulele teacher, here with a very special video for you. Instead of teaching you how to play one of your favourite songs, I am going to bake a cake. Now I've got to warn you, I'm a total novice in the kitchen. So I thought it would be fun for you guys to join me in the kitchen and watch my attempts to make a ukulele cake. So, grab your ukulele cake tin, make sure it's in tune, and let's get ready to bake a cake. Okay, so step one is to grab a medium bowl, get the flour, some baking powder, and some salt, and put them all together. So let's get that flour in the bowl. Okay, this I think is baking powder. Excuse me, I said baking powder. Okay, and a little bit of salt. Just a pinch of salt, there we go. So you just got to whisk all these together. Hopefully I'm doing it right. It's been a while since I've used one of these. Step two is to put the butter and sugar into another bowl, and we've got an electric mixer, which was always the fun part when I was making cakes with my mum as a kid. Let's see if it's still as much fun as a grown man. We've got our sugar right here, and we've got our butter here. So just plop that in. It's quite a warm day here, so the butter is already melting, but hopefully that's not a bad thing. So let's just check that the mixer is working okay. It's on. Yep, okay, that seems to be working. Cool. So we mix these together for about 5 minutes until they're nice and soft. Stand back, everybody. Here we go. Whoa. I guess you got to hold it down as you. It's going everywhere. So we've just turned down the power, and I've had a little bit of instruction on how to use the mixer. So let's see if this makes things a bit better. Is this right? Is this what it should look like? Okay, so we've got our sugary mix here, so I'm just going to transfer this into the bigger bowl, which we're going to mix everything into in a moment. Okay, so the next step is I need to mix 8 egg whites with a whole heap of milk, and I've got all of these ingredients here. I just need to mix up these eggs, so fingers crossed with these. Oops. These eggs are super fragile. Why didn't anyone tell me? Ugh. This is a weird shaped egg. Okay, so now I've just got to scoop out all the bits of yolk and shell and weird other stuff that has made its way in. How poisonous is the yolk if some accidentally did get by? And to that we add the milk as well. And I also forgot in the last step, I was meant to add some vanilla extract, but I can pop it in now, so that should be fine. Okay, so I've got to whisk these together until they're just combined. So I'll just give them a light mixing here. Okay, so now I've got my big bowl. I'm going to start adding a little bit of each in and mixing it all together. So let's add some of this flour in first. And just start mixing that up. And we'll add a bit of milk as well. What we're making here is our cake batter. It's actually looking pretty good. Take a look. It almost looks kind of cake-like. It smells pretty good too. Can I say, I was just thinking about whether or not you're allowed to lick the spoon. I've got a feeling that at this stage that could actually be lethal, so I'm not going to risk it just yet. Okay, so now we get to the bit where we actually need our ukulele-shaped tin. But the first thing we need to do with this tin is spray it with this non-stick baking spray. By the way, do you have any idea how expensive this was? This was $18. That's pretty insane. I thought it was going to be about £3. Now I've got to scoop out the cake batter that we've just mixed into the tin. Okay, well I've poured all of the mix into this baking tin, and we're about to put it into an oven which has been preheated at 350 degrees. Okay, so we've got the cake in the oven, we're going to do the washing up, and then we'll come back in 30 to 35 minutes for the decorating. So because we used quite a lot of ingredients for this cake, we've actually had to cook it for about 40-45 minutes because it wasn't quite done. But I'm going to just check it now, and it looks like it's pretty much good to go. So I'm going to take it out of the oven. Fingers crossed, please, because this is where it could all fall apart. Hopefully, not literally. Okay, so we've got the cake, and it's actually looking pretty good. Okay, cool. So it appears that the cake was a great success. So while it sits here just cooling down, we are going to move on to the next stage now, which is making the frosting. What we've got to do here is mix a whole bunch of ingredients together. We've got some cream cheese, butter, and we've got a little bit of vanilla essence. So we're going to put all these things together, mix them all up, and then add the icing sugar. Just pop that in the bowl there. And then we're going to need my old buddy, the mixer. Thank you. Thank you very much, unseen assistant. Hopefully this time it'll work a bit better. Here we go. So the icing's starting to get a little bit dry now, so we're just going to add a little bit more milk to hopefully moisten things up a little bit. I'm just going to give it a bit more of a mixing, but I'm going to give a little sneaky taste test first. Wow, it's pretty sweet. Okay, so we've got our frosting. Our cake is nicely cooled down. Now we've got to get it out of the tin and onto the board. So we're just going to loosen it up a little around the sides. Now, I've been given some good advice, and that is not to just tip it over, which I was planning on doing, but actually to put the board on top of the cake and then flip over the whole thing. Here goes the moment of truth. Oh boy. Hello, this is looking pretty good. But now what we've got to do is colour the icing. So for the body of the ukulele, I was thinking we could make it into a nice ivory colour. I've got some ivory food colouring here. I'm going to add in a drop or two. I'm going to mix it in with a little spoon. Ebony and ivory. So we've got a chocolate brown frosting for the fretboard. And we've got a tiny dollop of black frosting here, which we are going to use for the sound hole. Okay, so we've got our 3 bowls of frosting and we've got our cake. Now is the time to start decorating that cake. I've just got these little Hershey Kisses or Hershey Hugs tuning cakes. And I think just maybe, because ukuleles are Hawaiian, we've got a couple of these candy flowers over here, and maybe the blue one here. And I think we are just about ready to call it a day. So I have created my first ever cake, and it is in the shape of a ukulele. So we are going to leave this for the frosting to set, and then we are going to do the most important part of any cake making project, and that is the tasting. Okay, good morning everybody. It is the day after the night before. Last night I made a ukulele cake, but as it turned out, by the time I had finished making it, we had plans for dinner, so we didn't have time to taste it. So we're gonna have cake for breakfast. And there you go. So I wouldn't advise having cake for breakfast normally, but it's a special occasion. So here is my piece of cake. It's pretty big actually. Oh yeah. I just remembered. That's why I had a plate and a fork. Where's my manners? Oh, it's really good though. Honestly, I can't pretend that it's the greatest cake in the world, but it really tastes like the greatest cake in the world to me because I just put so much hard work and effort into it. It's actually quite delicious. Tiff, what do you think of it?
Delicious.
Delicious, fantastic. The verdict is in. We've got a lot of cake to eat and a lot of washing up to do. In the meantime, if you have any requests for future lessons or ideas for future fun videos like this, then let me know in the comments below. Until next time, I love you all and I wish you the best.